Hey guys, I'm Casey. This is my beautiful husband Mark. This is one of our girls, Susie. As I said in a different video, if you hear tick tick tick, that's probably them walking around. Anyways, apologize if they disturb anybody. How many of you guys have heard of passport bros? Well, today I'll explain it and share my opinion and also share some opinions of others and try to show some views from both sides of it because apparently it's a touchy subject for some. Anyways, stick around guys, we'll get into it.
I will be your honeycomb now to forever. I know this love was meant to be. Video chats every day would pave the way for us. Oh my baby boy, I love you so much. Ooh, I love you so much.
Okay, first off, what is a passport bro? Well, according to Urban Dictionary, passport bros are men who prefer to date foreign women in other countries who they believe come from more conservative backgrounds and place more emphasis on family and loyalty. Also, some believe Western women have been influenced by cultural and societal pressures to behave a certain way, such as a man must make this amount, he must treat me this way and do this for me and this for me, and or I'm an independent woman, I don't need a man. Like all those things that are pretty common in the West, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yes, ladies, you don't need a man. It's the difference between, I guess, needing and wanting, and where does the respect lie? Things in America are not as traditional as they used to be. You know, moms, they don't stay home and raise their children and things anymore. That's what some men are looking for. You know, they want to be the provider. They want to be the head of the household that takes care of their families. Some of them are looking for different things. For example, here's what some people think.
Someone who comes from one of these third world countries, that men go to pick up women, we know they're losers. We know that they go over there because they cannot get anyone in here. And if these men go over there thinking that these women want to build a family with them, that these passport bros want these women for sex, these women want them for money. And again, they deserve to be scammed. We know they're losers. We know that they cannot get any women in here. That's why they go over there. And the same thing with the women. But let's not worry.
When you go find a wife in the Philippines or Thailand or Eastern Europe or wherever these places are that are overseas, I'm assuming you mean they're more biddable, that they're less outspoken, they don't demand anything of you, that they're just happy to be rescued from their poverty-stricken life of no opportunity, and in return, all they have to do is subject themselves to your advances. I do wonder at your motivation for why you want to go overseas to find a partner. Is it because you prefer your woman without opinions, unable to fight back, and vulnerable?
So that's some people's opinion, guys, and this is what some other people believe.
Why are you mad because men are choosing to go out of the country, passport bros, and use their passports to get women that are feminine, fit, beautiful, inspiring, kind, cooperative, and submissive, women that have traditional values? Why are you mad about that? Here's the thing, the passport movement, passport bros, this is not a new concept. Men in the military, guess what? Many of them have wives that they met outside the country. Okay, so this is not a new concept. And you know what else? My son-in-law is actually half Filipino. That's right. His mom's from the Philippines and his daddy is black. It's not a new concept, y'all.
If you actually look at a passport bro, which I know many of them, they are not going over there to grape and conquer. They are going over there because they are giving up over here. The reality is that there are too many women that are saying that they don't need men. Men want to be needed. They want to feel valued, like they are protectors. They say that they're tired trying to find a woman in the United States, let alone a metropolitan area like LA or New York, where women say, I don't need a man, go away, who do you think I am? My purpose in this is to defend the passport bros because they're not raping and pillaging and like doing anything crazy. They just want a traditional woman.
Unfortunately, guys, it's been mostly Asian women Thailand, Filipinos, places like that, the women have been called uneducated, desperate, children for one. It's another thing, and it's very, 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 very illegal in the Philippines to do anything nasty and perverted like that. Thank God. But anyways, or they call their women submissive, and it's just not like that.
Colombia,
Yes.
The Philippines, Thailand, like women that can speak very little English.
I just have one question. When was the last time you went to the Philippines? Or have you been to the Philippines? Have you also spoken to actual people from the Philippines in terms of speaking the English language? You gotta really check on what is current. I don't know where you're getting your statistics.
I mean, I know I am in a gay relationship and I have a Filipino husband, not a Filipina wife, but he's not submissive. He is stubborn. He's very supportive and loyal and traditional, which is things that I really, really like. And if you watch my last video, you know that's kind of, why I even started talking to someone from a different country and how I became a passport bro. And also, my take on the issue as a gay man is I got tired of Western society and the gay culture here because unfortunately, it's hard to find a guy that doesn't just want to hook up. Or, I'm the only guy I've ever met in America, only gay guy I've ever met that I've never had Grindr. Every other gay man that I know of has had the Grindr app, which is basically just a hookup app. I mean, some people might try to call it a dating app, but it's a hookup app. And like I said, some people seem to think it's for a very different reason. And today, I'm mostly talking about the Philippines because that is what I'm familiar with. But in all honesty, guys, whether you're seeking a woman or a man, the points are pretty much the same. In the Philippines, women want to be homemakers. They want to be wives, mothers, supporters. They're very loyal. They have good values. They are more traditional. They are not submissive. They do have opinions, and they will give them. They're very peaceful, but stubborn. So like if you're going to get in an argument with someone from the Philippines, not all, but most, well, you'll probably get the silent treatment because they don't really like confrontation. But basically, they trust their man to make the right decision and a good decision for their family. It's not that, the woman and her husband or, partners do not talk about issues and problems in their future. Of course they do. They just don't have it's my way or the highway attitude like you see here in the West. Unfortunately, you do see a lot of it. Another thing with seeking someone from the Philippines, like I said, I'll talk mostly about the Philippines, is, if you're on disability or retirement, and in America, you could probably barely survive. Like you're lucky if you can pay your bills and eat. And if you have an emergency come up, oh my gosh, it's almost impossible to save. But you can go to the Philippines and be considered wealthy with that same income. And here's some proof of that.
Should you be earning per month to be considered, yeah, I'm rich, I'm well off here in the Philippines?
Maybe like 50K a month.
50K?
Like that.
Okay, 50K is about $1,000 US. So how much money is rich to you?
50K
50K? Is that per month or per year?
per month.
Per month. How much does a man need to earn to have, to provide a comfortable living here in the Philippines?
30K per month.
30K per month. Do they share their money? Should they share their money? Oh, okay.
If they love you.
If they love you. If they hate you, they won't. Okay. So let's say there's...
So you see, guys, you can be on retirement or disability and go to the Philippines and be able to live well, to where here that just would not be the case. If you think that someone young would just want you for money because they couldn't possibly love someone older, well, again, guys, here's their take on that.
Doesn't mean that we won't. But what about the age thing? Don't Filipinos see an older guy with liver spots and run the other way? Well, it might blow your mind, but here's the truth. Most of us actually prefer some age on a man. Ask almost any Filipina and she'll tell you that younger guys can be a less desirable option when you're looking for a long-term mate. Men in their 20s or early 30s are not as mature, and we usually think they're a greater risk to walk out on us. So does that mean that younger Westerners are gonna have trouble finding a partner? No, it just means that for every 5 Filipinas that want a young guy, there are 10 women that want an older man. I know that sounds crazy, but the reason it sounds crazy is because of the differences in our cultures. In your world, a woman in her prime would never even look at a guy in his 50s or 60s. I get that. I understand that's the way your culture is. But why can't you seem to understand mine, even after I explain it over and over? It's also because some of you are positive that all women are the same, and culture has nothing to do with it.
And as you guys know, if you've watched any of mine and Mark's videos, is that age was an issue for me in the beginning when I found out Mark was so much younger, but it was never an issue for him, you know? And then, of course, after talking to him and getting to know him, that helped. But also watching other YouTubers and seeing that, yeah, there's an age difference, but she loves him. She really loves him, you know, like, so I knew it was possible for Mark to really be attracted to someone 20 years older than him. So, and as far as my insecurities about it, I've turned it around to be like, I'm in my 40s and I have a young, gorgeous, beautiful husband. What's to be ashamed of? Nothing. And I know, without a doubt, I know my husband will be there when I am old, and he'll be there taking care of me, and he'll be young enough and healthy enough to do it, hopefully. So, you know, till death do us part. But guys, you all need to make sure that you have the same values, the same wants and future dreams. And if you can't find that here, and you can find it across seas, then go where you're appreciated, you know? I call Mark my soulmate because I truly believe he is. I don't regret any of my past relationships because they led me to where I am today. And I've never loved like this before. I've never been loved like this before. So if people want to look down on me because I went across seas and found a husband, that's their problem, not mine, because I'm living my best life, you know? And it wasn't because I couldn't get a date here or anything like that. I just got tired of it and knew what I wanted. And when I found it, I put a ring on it. So take things slow, you know. When you're talking to someone, really get to know them. Watch out for scammers, because unfortunately there are a lot of people out there that do just want your money. They might be talking to 2 or 3 different guys at once. You never know. And if they start talking about a sick family member, or they need this or they need that, right off the go especially, then no. Don't be sending money over there until you know more about the person. As far as like me and Mark, like he's never asked me for anything. So for people that say, oh, they just want a green card, he don't care if we live here or if we live there. I want him to have a U.S. residence so we can travel other places, because he's so restricted being a Filipino that we're not able to travel the world together right now, but hopefully in the future we can. Another thing, if you're an older guy and you're seeking a younger Filipina or Filipino, especially the women, you definitely need to talk about children, because a lot of these older guys, they've already raised their children. They don't want any more. But of course, a young, beautiful Filipina, she's going to want a family of her own. She's going to want kids. And they like mixing our features. They like our big noses and light eyes.
What we see when we look at you is not what you see when you look at yourselves. Even a guy you call ugly might actually be considered cute here. A man that never got any attention back home because of his big nose, or the shape of his face, or his below average height might be seen as attractive here. And if you don't believe that, just look at the reverse situation. Filipinos that don't get looked at by local guys because we're too skinny or too dark are the ones that foreigners go for.
Yeah, so definitely talk about that kind of stuff. Me and Mark both knew we wanted a child. So once we get his visa and stuff settled and he's here and we save, and we're also going to try to have a child. Obviously not together, that don't really work. But we're going to try surrogacy or maybe adoption. We haven't really narrowed it down yet. Unfortunately, we cannot adopt a child from the Philippines because they will not adopt out to same-sex couples. But you can do surrogacy in the Philippines, and it is much cheaper than it is here in the States. So that's the route we're kind of researching as of right now. Anyway, guys, that's about it for this video. I just wanted to share my opinion on Passport Bros. I personally say if you have good intentions, you can do a long-distance relationship in the beginning, especially to get to know someone, and that you yourself can be loyal, then go for it. Find your person. Do what makes you happy. Go where you are appreciated, and ignore all the haters. People are going to talk. Let them talk about you. At least they'll be leaving somebody else alone, you know? Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. I just wanted to share some opinions because there's been a controversy here and there about whether being a passport bro is a good or a bad thing. And I personally, myself, do not feel like I was trash and I took myself out. But let people talk, guys. That's all I got to say. Anyways, if you like this video, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And I think the next video is going to be about 90 Day Fiancé, the things they don't tell you. Anyways, bye bye, guys.